Trump part of a thousands of years old alien plan to test us? Yes. Is he an alien himself? Maybe, I don't know, we're gonna look into it. What's the essence of this video? We have been controlled for thousands of years by a coalition of aliens and false Jews, the rabbis, the evil rabbis, the Satanists at the top of the Jewish world. So the bottom, the real Jews, they are innocent. Just like in the white race world, we have innocent white race at the bottom, and at the top we have Freemason politicians that work on the destruction of the white race world through mass immigration, for example. So in both cases, there are innocent ones at the bottom and evil ones at the top. So this has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. I specifically acknowledge that these are the false Jews. Jews in general is something totally different. Maybe I should have pointed it out better in the past, who knows. I found out that my grandfather was a full Jew, my dad was half a Jew, and I'm quarter Jewish, so I have no motivation to be against the Jews. I just want to find out the truth, and when you do that and you're honest, yes, you will find out that these rabbis, they control the world and they want to take it over. It's an order from the Kabbalah, but they are not the real Jews, the innocent Jews at the bottom. You have to acknowledge that, and I'm doing that now. So we do have a worldwide organization that has an order from the aliens, that says so in the Kabbalah, to take over the world. It says so in the Kabbalah. And these things are unimaginable to the common man. J. Edgar Hoover said that. He said something along the lines of, there's a conspiracy that's so big that the common man is overwhelmed by this idea and cannot imagine it to be real. And that's a big problem. People just can't, you can't handle the truth, for this is no coincidence. That's what it means. People cannot handle this idea. They cannot deal with it. The only way that you can grasp this is by being honest, because then you automatically have to say, yeah, it's true. So we do the same thing with Trump. We're being honest. So we can do two things. What a lot of people do is they make these videos with the eyes changing colors, this fake shape-shifting, but it's very unreliable. The second thing we can do, there are a lot of publications from this alien false Jew coalition. To unburden their karma, they explain their plans. For example, in this Iron Man cartoon from 1994, they already showed 9/11. Not only with the Twin Towers, could have been coincidence, but also with the Pentagon. I mean, it's crystal clear. So if Trump is also in these sorts of publications, then we know he's part of this. That's more reliable than this fake shapeshifter bullshit. So in a schedule it looks like this. With the aliens, they made a Kabbalah for these Hasidic rabbis and other rabbis. And things from the Kabbalah, they go into the Bible. The Bible is derived from the Kabbalah, just like other religions. And they put things from the Kabbalah in art, in movies. And they put their plans to take over the world also in movies, in art, commercials. But they also make signs, logos. These are not plans, of course, but they are references to their logos and things from themselves, like the pyramid and the eye, monuments with the fire. It's in books, it's everywhere. Our whole world is infected with all these hints and all this symbolism everywhere. So we're going to see if Trump fits into this format, this blueprint, because that's very reliable. And a very good example, the movie Jupiter Ascending, full of aliens, wormholes, aliens that came from another dimension, and that's derived from the Bible. And in the Bible is also this star constellation that really happened on 23 of September 2017. And it means that we're in the end time. Nothing happened on that day, but maybe I misunderstood, and other people also misunderstood, like, something big has to happen on that day. But no, nothing happened, nothing needed to happen. It just meant, hey, the Bible better look into it because it's real. Doesn't mean religion is real, it means part of the Bible is real. And this is real because a few thousand years ago they already predicted the star constellation. And it really happened, and people could not have done that. Certainly not 2000 years ago without computers. Must have been alien. There's no other way. And in this movie, Jupiter Ascending, they have all these things that are also in the Bible. Like the truth is everything, truth is everything. We're going to harvest the grapes, it says in the Bible, in the end time. And here, we're going to harvest the planet, kill everyone, is in this movie. Aliens came to a Stargate, that's 9/11, the Revelation 9/11. And here it says, they showed aliens came through a wormhole. And in the Bible is this complicated star constellation, including Jupiter, that will move in a specific recognizable way. This movie is called Jupiter Ascending, and Jupiter will move in a specific recognizable way. It will rise, Jupiter Ascending, it will rise, seen from Earth. And that has really happened in real life. So this is clear evidence that things from the Bible and that things from the Bible are copied in movies and made references to. And we have to see if that is also done with Trump. This specific format, this blueprint, because it's very reliable. And in the Bible you have a snake, and it's a metaphor for an alien lizard. How do you come up with that? Well, because there are more references to snakes. In the Bible, Moses is also upholding the snake. And this is the biggest proof. At the Vatican, they made this building, and they made it in the shape of an alien lizard. You have the eyes, you have the teeth from a snake, from a lizard, and the tongue, and the reptilian skin. There can be no misunderstanding. This is all real. And the Mona Lisa, she points with her finger to a sleeve. Because, yes, there's also a snake. Leonardo da Vinci really put an eye at the right place. You cannot see it, you have to zoom in, and it's really a snake. So there's hints of snakes everywhere. And in another painting of Leonardo da Vinci with Jesus are all these aliens. So this is all real. In another painting also some sort of alien of the Mona Lisa, of course. So if with Trump this snake comes back, it's suspicious, and I think he looks very suspicious here. If you said like this is a mask and behind it is some sort of frog alien thing, well, I would believe it. He has such a big face. I mean, strange. And he held this very strange snake speech.
So this called the snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. "Oh, well," she cried, "I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman," sighed the broken snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a curvature of silk, and then laid him by the fireside with honey and some milk. Now she hurried home from work that night.
Okay, we'll continue that in a moment, but that's of course very suspicious. So, does that prove that he's an alien? Of course not, but there's much more than that. The essence of the world is explained in the Bible. All big things are set up by a part of the satanic false Jews. That's Thessalonians 2:10. I will go through that very quickly, because it says that for this reason God, the aliens, sent them a powerful delusion so that they will believe the lie. And this is the essence. We are not honest, and that's why the aliens give us a powerful delusion. All things that seem a certain way to us are different. And we will perish and be condemned, they say. Those who are perishing, they perish because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. We are not truthful, very simple, and that's why we die. There's nothing more, nothing more. It's the only thing that's important. We're not honest. And that's why they give us this powerful delusion. So your government is controlled. They don't mean well for their own citizens. Who doubts that anymore? You have to be totally insane and you have to be totally in denial of the truth. So that's exactly what this Thessalonians 2:10 says. AIDS is made up, and Ebola is made up. Also, global warming is made up. Tensions between America, Russia, China, North Korea, all fake. Because these rabbis, they control all these countries. Okay, put it on pause if you want, and you can read it. I will continue now. If you look into all these big things like world wars, Netflix, very different things, the Bermuda Triangle, ISIS, the big news agencies, the Hilton Hotel at Ground Zero, NSA, the dollar, Jesus, universities, schools, everything is controlled, everything, by these false, I emphasize false Jews. At the top there are the aliens, and they have written our history, the beginning and the end. And we are going to see if Trump is part of this. And it seems so. Put it on pause if you haven't seen this before. The same sort of thing is at the Rolling Stones album, At the Satanic Majesty's Request. We see our whole history and it ends in total destruction. And they have Saturn at the end and an alien. Is there an alien? Yeah, there is an alien. This is the Matrix. We live in the Matrix. We are controlled. And here is the alien. This is all an alien plan. Our whole history. His story. Story of Satan. Story of the aliens. And in other publications, this was from the music industry, Rolling Stones, Megadeth, also from the music industry, Countdown to Extinction. This is a format. They put things everywhere. They hide it everywhere. We are going to be killed, the white race. And now everything seems to be so good. Well, it doesn't seem good to me. And to some other people also not. But to the general public, they think like, oh, everything's going to be okay. No, it's not going to be okay. We are tested. That's the whole plan. And if Trump is part of this satanic false Jew coalition, does it mean something? Yes, of course. So we're going to see. Well, he's at AIPAC, the Israeli Lobby Club. And here we have Rabbi Levi Shem Tov at AIPAC. The rabbis control it. They control Israel. So they control AIPAC too, of course. And here at the White House are these Hasidic rabbis with Trump. Well, does it prove something? Yes, it does. Trump's star daughter, before the operations, totally Jewish. How is it possible? Who was who's her mother? I don't know. Did not look into it. This is proof enough for me. She was Jewish looking, and then she was made Caucasian. Yeah. Just like Sandra Bullock. Super beautiful, but it started like this. And here he was at the Wailing Wall. I mean, yes, anybody can go there, it's true, but you don't have to go there. You don't have to do things like that. But he did it. And here he was at some speech, and he said that Jerusalem should be the capital of Israel. I mean, also all these things together, they say something. And here he had some speech for the Allgemeine. I mean, I think it's some newspaper or so. And hear what he has to say about Israel.
We love Israel. We will fight for Israel 100%, 1000%. It will be there forever. Thank you.
It's unbelievable.
We love Israel. We will fight for Israel.
Is he the president of America, of Israel? Of course it's for Israel. America doesn't exist. It's controlled.
100%, 1,000%, it will be there forever.
It will be there forever. Unlike the United States of America. They will be part of the New World Order. Sorry. Is this convincing proof that he is part of all this? Of course. He's totally part of all this. He's not the American president. He's a Satanist. He's part of this. He's deceiving you. He has another deception with the space. Space. We always go back to Thessalonians 2:10. There's a powerful delusion because most of us are pieces of shit lying all the time. And that's why they created space. It does not exist.
We are absolutely ready to go to Mars.
Fake. Look in the harnesses. Look.
Go to Mars.
They're in these harnesses, hanging in harnesses. Look. It's not real. Thessalonians 2:10, because they are not honest. If you're honest, you see that all things are wrong with it. Look at other videos from space.
Congratulations, amazing. What an amazing sheet.
Well, look, she goes into a spasm. She goes into a spasm. He said, what an amazing cheat. And that was a mistake.
Sheet, a thing that you've done. Amazing. What an amazing sheet. A thing that you've done. What an amazing sheet. What an amazing sheet. What an amazing sheet. What an amazing sheet.
And look, smiling, because that's what you do if you want to trick people. You smile to them. And then somewhere in your brain, oh, they smile to me? Then they're on my side. But they're not. They're using all this psychology to trick you.
Thank you, sir.
He looks like, oh, what have I done now? I think this was his only mistake ever. He's not happy. Of course not. It's all a lie. It's all a cheat. It's all a delusion. 100%. Trump in the Bible, mother had Mary in a name somewhere, father, second name Christ. Trump was born on June 14, 1946. January was his first day in office. That's 70 years, 7 months, 7 days after his birth. 777. So, of course, they like this symbolism. I told I show you at the first this schedule. They like this symbolism. They put it everywhere. And 777 stands for Satan, the God of the false Jews. Yahweh is 777. Sorry. We'll explain it in another video, but other people also found this out. This 777 also comes back in the Bible. 7th seal, golden censer, 7 angels, 7 trumpets, 777. The aliens. It's the aliens. Trump is mentioned literally in the Bible. Thessalonians again, for the Lord, blah, 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 of the archangel with the trump of God. Trumpets, it sounds like trumpets. Trumpets in the Bible, angels with the trumpets. And this one, look, Jesus Christ. I mean, he is false, and I don't like that. Many people say, Christians are so stupid with Jesus. But Jesus is such a great idea. I wish there was a Jesus, but there's not. I mean, it's Mitra. You have from Egyptian mythology or religion, there was also a Jesus figure, died, resurrected. It all was in other religions, so it's not true. And how can you compare Trump to Jesus? Well, Trump is seen as the last hope for the white race by many. And he's very opposed. But remember, now everybody says, oh, Jesus. In the past, when he lived, Jesus was also very opposed. He was even killed. Yeah, so to compare them is not so strange. And look what they did. Jesus Christ, 11 letters. This 11 from 9/11, for example, they like so much. Donald Trump, also 11 letters. I mean, that is not a coincidence. It's a reference to the Bible. And they made so many references to 11. Put it on pause if you don't know it. 3/11 Japan, Kennedy murdered 2 times 11, 22nd. World War I, 11, 11, 11, 11. Jesus, 33 years on earth. Bible, 66 chapters. Donald in Jewish gematria equals 11:9. In Hebrew, you read from right to left, so it says 9:11. Donald, 9:11. Trump, 8:8. The 2 times infinity sign. All these hints everywhere. And in the Bible is also a lot about judgment. And this is I think from time. And yes, Trump on top of the earth like a king, judging us. Another Bible reference. And in Terminator 2, they made those movies Judgment Day. And that's no coincidence, because they made another Terminator movie, Terminator Genesis. Of course, Genesis from the Bible. Is it that simple? Yes, it is that simple. Can you do this? Yes, you can do it too. We can all do like this research and you come up with these things. We can all do it. You have this nuclear holocaust at the end of the movie, or at beginning. Oh, it was at the beginning, I think. But there's a destroyed world. And in the Illuminati card game is also Trump and World War III. And other things from this Illuminati card game have happened. So this is also going to happen. So Trump and the Bible is of course a big match. And let's continue a little with this snake speech, because it's very revealing. We were somewhere here.
That night, as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake. She'd taken and revived. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the broken snake. Now she clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, you might have died. Now she stroked his pretty skin, and then she kissed him, and...
Is that smart to do? Yeah, okay, that's very childish. Is it smart to hold a snake close to you, to your bosom in this story? No, it's not very smart, but it's symbolism. It's not about this small situation. It's symbolic for the United States that holds a snake close. And that's of course these Satanist false Jews. What the fuck? How can you be so stupid? Everything is scripted and planned. That's the whole game of these aliens. If you don't know it, put it on pause and read it. Let's continue. We read this book. I'll go to it very quickly. 1900 or the Last President. It was written in 1896. It had Baron Trump in it, Russia, Angry Mob at 5th Avenue, November, Cabinet Member Pence, Trump Castle, very post-president, the Don, an outsider that suddenly becomes president. I mean, how is it possible? It was from 1900 to 2016 was 11/6. So it makes you think of 9/11, implying 9/11, not the terrorist attack, but the aliens. That's what it's about, 9/11. And this other book with the son of Trump, also Russia, but put it on pause if you don't know it. And then we have Back to the Future. And they're also implying here that time travel is possible, just like in these books. And Michael J. Fox, he goes here, and you can see here again, like with this book, 11/6, 9/11. It implies, and you have the Twin Towers, Twin Pines Mall, Twin Towers, the smoke, and 2 of them, 9/11. Of course this is a reference to 9/11. Of course. You have here the 9. Why is there, in this neon lights, this big 9? Well, because the DeLorean drives here and it makes 9/11. And other smart people, they thought that similarities between Biff Tannen and Donald Trump, well, could not be a coincidence. And they are probably right. Biff Tannen, Donald Trump. And this director of the Back to the Future, he made another movie, The Walk, and this guy, he walks between the Twin Towers. And he has the same clothes as Michael J. Fox has in the movie. It says here, when you read from right to left, New World Order. And that's what this is all about, the takedown of the Twin Towers, 9/11, that was shown in this movie, realizing the New World Order. It's full of all these things. But it doesn't stop there, it goes much further. They had Peabody, what was on the mailbox in Back to the Future, and then later they made this movie also about time travel, Peabody and Sherman, and in the movie it shows that man will pay. All these things are hidden everywhere. So time and time again they prove that the white race are animals to them. I mean, wouldn't you agree? I mean, they're toying with us with all these hints in movies. In our face they're showing us gonna do 9/11. To unburden their karma, they do all this stuff. But, I mean, it's showing already that they're going to kill us. It's unbelievable. And the white rabbit and the wormhole symbol, I mean, that's also very, very unbelievable, but it's real. I mean, Alice in Wonderland. What is the essence? Very quickly, she's in our world. She goes through this rabbit hole. That's a metaphor for a wormhole. And she is in another dimension, another world. And that's why she doesn't understand anything there. And what does she do? She follows the white rabbit. Because the white rabbit points like there is the truth. At the other side of this wormhole, there are the aliens and they control you. That's what this is about. And it goes so far. In the Matrix, Neo was shown on the computer, follow the white rabbit, just like with Alice in Wonderland. And a woman came to his door with a white rabbit tattooed on her shoulder. Then you had this band, Jefferson Airplane, they had this song, White Rabbit. And they sing, Ask Alice, because she has been to the other universe of the aliens. Feed your head, learn the truth, or die in a death camp. That was what this song White Rabbit was about. And in 1966 they had this concert and they put on this poster of the concert, Follow the White Rabbit and Live at the Matrix. It's unbelievable. And then in 1999, just the two sixes turned down, Neo gets the same message when he reads on his computer, Follow the White Rabbit, and this movie is called The Matrix. I mean, isn't that amazing? Well, that, of course it's very amazing, and of course it also proves that they really put things everywhere in the media. And in the movie Knowing, also the White Rabbit, if you follow the White Rabbit, you get to the aliens, and then you know the truth, finally, only then. So then we're going to see why there was a white rabbit when Trump was speaking here at the balcony. Because it's a hint, like aliens are real. This is all about aliens. And that's why he makes this sign, because it's a wormhole sign. It's a sick sign, satanic, but it's also a wormhole sign. And it is explained in a small cartoon, Pac-Man. The professor, he says here, this is a symbol for a wormhole. And that's why it's also with this meditating. It comes from the Vedas, this religion. It's in this religion that aliens came from another dimension. And that's why you make the 6 when you meditate. The symbol for a wormhole, at least. That's what's certainly made. And David Bowie, he had all these songs about aliens. Is there life on Mars? Another song. Oh, you previously make plane, you have to make way for the Homo superior. Homo sapiens has outgrown its use. all the strangers came today. Well, who are the strangers that came today? Aliens, of course, and it seems they're going to stay. Was this in one of his songs, really? Yes, it was. Loving the alien, about Jesus. Believing in strangest things, you're loving the alien. Not that Jesus was an alien, but it was an alien idea. And this is song, Alien Lives Next Door. Is that all real? Is that all true? It is. And what did he make for sign? Well, it's very difficult to see. Here maybe you can see it a little bit better. This wormhole sign, this 6 sign, that Trump also makes all the time. And he had one hand on his heart, and with the other hand he made the 6 sign, the wormhole sign, like I love the aliens. Means something like this, of course. What else? And here's Trump with the rabbit making this 6 sign, this wormhole sign. I mean, that's so pretty incredible. And this is also amazing.
Mostly grateful to our president-elect, whose leadership and vision will make America great again.
And I love this country.
I love this country. Remember what he said about Israel? He doesn't love America. He has to destroy it. This is the first thing he showed America. He was only president-elect. He was not instated as president. He was only president-elect. This was the first thing he showed America. All coincidence? All coincidence? At the Hilton Hotel. Maybe this was even at Ground Zero. Holy shit. Unbelievable. And I did not find this out. Other people that Donald Trump in reality is Donnie Darko. He has to destroy the world. And that's maybe real. Let's go through it very quickly. These are some movies where a lot of things are explained. Put it on pause if you don't know it. With Donnie Darko here, it's shown that he's going to be president one day. And, well, again, the 11... Jesus Christ, Donnie Darko, Donald Trump, all 11 letters. Is that coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so. There are many, not many, there are some things from this movie that jump out. Like the moon, that's an alien, alien-built space station. I mean, really, it's very close. I mean, there is no space. You fucking idiot. You're really retarded if you still believe in that space bullshit. You just saw that video with Trump and the astronauts. There is no space. This moon is fucking close. You only look when the moon is above you at night. Look at it. Does it feel close? Or does it feel like to be very far away in space? It feels close because it is close. It's the only thing at night that we see that is close. And then it is in space. And the sun, if you look to the sun, it's very close. It's the only thing that we see that is close. And it's space. Total bullshit. There's nothing else than the moon and the sun that are close. Or there are no other things that are a little bit further away or a little bit closer. No, nothing. Only sun and moon, and they appear to be close because they are close. It's about the truth, Thessalonians 2:10. Don't believe this illusion, but see the world as it really is. Be honest. And this painting is something from the late 1800s. And it shows again this wheel within a wheel. It's also in the Bible. And it shows that the moon and the sun are close. They're close. There is no space. Why would there be this strange video with Trump? Like, what an amazing cheat. And all these astronauts in harnesses. Why? Because there is no space. They have to fake it. And we have this song by Echo and the Bunnymen. I mean, what a coincidence. Echo and the Bunnymen. And they're talking about killing moon. The killing moon. Because the moon is an alien craft. And these aliens want to kill us. because we are not truthful. So it all fits perfectly. They warn us, beware, something wrong with the moon, it's a killing moon. Really. And we have the eye as a symbol for Stargate. That was explained in 2001: A Space Odyssey. We have close to Saturn, we have this Stargate, and it's in the form of an eye. And that's why, which is one of the reasons they put the eye everywhere. There's also another reason, but that's also a big reason. Through the wormhole, they even just named the show like that people don't understand anyway. let's put the truth just in front of their eyes. They will never understand it, these imbeciles. The eye is a symbol for a wormhole. Into the wormhole, there's no time in a wormhole, and you come to Earth. The aliens came through a wormhole to Earth. I mean, how clear do you want it? And all these eyes everywhere, it has to do with Jewish religion, the Kabbalah religion, but it's really a symbol for a Stargate. The Stargate close to Saturn was located in the form of an eye, the black cube. And you go through it, you go to another dimension. And that's also in Donnie Darko. But they show that there's evil, death at the other side. That's what they're showing, and that's true. Then in this movie you have these two universes, the primary and the tangent universe. This is a copy of that one. And an engine of a plane fell from this universe to that universe, and that should never happen. And everything will be destroyed. So Donnie Darko has to destroy one universe so the other can live, they say in the movie. But in reality, this also has to do with the Kabbalah. They put these triangles everywhere. And it means triangle, eye, triangle, triangle. It's part of the as above, so below. And that's also why they have it in the flag of Israel. It means there are more worlds, but they are copies of each other. That's strange, eh? Just like in this movie. This is a copy of that one. And it says so in the Kabbalah. I will get to that. We have time travel. And remember this wheel within a wheel that was on this painting. And here it says time travel. And really a coincidence. This thing, they've shown it a lot. Also in other paintings of Ezekiel, the wheel within the wheel. Moving through a wormhole. Event horizon, they've shown it. Like you can move through the universe very quickly and from one dimension to another with this wheel within a wheel, manipulating magnetism. And they've shown it in the movie Knowing too. This is also the wheel within a wheel, and you can travel anywhere. So no coincidences. And we have the evil-looking rabbit. And this rabbit has to do with the white rabbit, but it's an evil one. And he tells Donnie to burn it to the ground, the world.
Burn it to the ground.
And many people think that Donald Trump has to destroy our world, and maybe they are right. I think they're right.
Sometimes I'm afraid that you'll tell me that this is not a work of fiction.
This is not a work of fiction. That's from the movie Donnie Darko, but they put it under this Michael J. Fox movie, Back to the Future.
I can only hope that the answers will come to me in my sleep. I hope that when the world comes to an end, I can breathe a sigh of relief, because there will be so much to look forward to.
When the world comes to an end, there will be so much to look forward to. How is that possible? I never understood it. I don't know if other people understood it. It has to do with this Kabbalah, that there are mirrored worlds. There's the highest world, that's the most spiritual one. there's a mirror image of this world that's made, but it's the same, but a little bit different, a little more made with real things. A bit more like the Earth. This continues, this process, that copies made of worlds, and then we come to the mostly solid world, and that's our Earth, that's us. So the most spiritual one is the highest, that's of course the best, that's here, and then they made copy, and they come to the Earth, that's the lowest, and that's the worst, that's us. This creation remains for a certain amount of time. We have this constellation, this thing, but then the lowest world has to be destroyed all the way up to the highest again, and then the whole process can start over again. So destroying the lowest world, our world, is a good thing, because you are serving the highest one with his plan to create worlds and to destroy worlds, and then he can do it again. So when Donnie Dark says we have so much to look forward to, yeah, because when these worlds disappear, the process starts again, copying and making of all these worlds. And that's what he means, so much to look forward to. Because all the answers are in the Kabbalah. So, more abstract and concrete alien hints related to Trump in The Simpsons. We have this ground zero with the stone from 2001: Space Odyssey, and this also a Stargate from 2001: Space Odyssey. I will go to it very quickly because I made a video about it. If you don't know it, you can watch the video. I will not bother you with it anymore. With the Sphinx, with the triangle, the as above, so below, and this at ground zero, this new building has also the triangle from as above, so below. So if we find a connection between 2001: A Space Odyssey and Trump, that proves a lot. Because this 2001: A Space Odyssey was all about aliens. So if Trump and these things are connected, then there's a connection between Trump and aliens. It's pure logic. Let's look into The Simpsons. Baal is another name for Satan. Here's Satan. It's pure satanic, The Simpsons. With 9/11, and here's 9/11 shown, the murder of Prince is shown, Hurricane Barbara was shown in advance here. Orlando, there was some hurricane. It's incredible. Trump was shown long before he was president. Ebola, I'm just going through it very quickly. Well, considering Trump, Homer is also at this escalator site. That really happens in real life. I mean, it's all planned. Everything is scripted. That's what the aliens like to do. They make plans and they have to come true. Well, okay, we just have to accept it. That's what they like. Okay, so Homer comes at his escalator and he is behind Trump and he gets drawn into his hair. Well, it's all symbolic. It cannot happen in real life, of course, but that's not the point. It says Trump will become president and he will make the debt even higher, probably. There's a hint at that, but there's also an alien here. And I did not hear many people speak about this alien. It's very important because here are the same aliens holding up the stone that's close to Saturn. And Amelia Earhart, they are implying that when she disappeared, it was their doing. They did it. It was planned. And there were some suspicious things going on that takes so long to explain now. And now we get to the stone from 2001, A Space Odyssey. And that's important. Because in the movie they explain there were monkeys, and they touched the stone, the alien stone, and they became more intelligent, and then we became people. So Homer sees that. You see these monkeys touching the stone, people like you and me, but also evil. They also touch the stone. The psychopaths, they are among us. So there's a lot explained here. So Trump is totally connected to the aliens, 100%. In a cartoon, yes, and in a movie, yes. But this this thing, this monolith, is also on Ground Zero. They really built it. I mean, and it was the Hilton Hotel was in the movie 2001: Space Odyssey, and then they really built it at Ground Zero. I mean, that is all real. I mean, that proves a lot, of course. Unbelievable. So it's all connected. This Trump, the Simpsons, the monolith at Ground Zero, 9/11, everything is connected. You just have to see the truth. And in the movie They Live, they also show there are aliens. I made mistakes. I thought it was symbolic. I thought the aliens were not real. It was symbolic for the false Jews infiltrating our societies. But I was wrong. What it means, they live, it means there are aliens among us. That's what it really means. Yes, I made a mistake, sorry. If you make so many videos, yes, you're bound to make a few mistakes. And they explain the protocols of Zion here, that we are distracted by movies, videos, music. It focused on holidays and money. But we should find out the truth. And it says conform, consume, buy. We are made too materialistic. We only think about money. We are distracted. And they show there are really aliens between you. They move between you. Obey authority, it says here. That's very important. And the media, they brainwash us. They don't really say like, you have to obey the government. No, in a sly, smart way, they give us articles that have this effect on us. That most people want to obey the government. And the government is controlled. So then you will be led to your death, of course. Do not question authority. Authority wants to kill you. But you don't understand it. But some people understand it. But most do not. And money, this is your God. Terrorists were also already in this movie. The multiverse was in this movie. We can see that some people are aliens, was explained in this movie. All these things. And what about Trump, the connection to this movie? Well, the artists that worked on the movie made this billboard. This is real. They live. Even on a billboard, some can't see. That Trump is an alien, that's what he is implying. And the whole movie, They Live, is as real gets. Protocols of Zion are real, and they are explained in the movie They Live. It's a real movie. So could this also be real? I don't know, but they are telling us that it's real. If it was only this, it would not mean much, but okay, they made the effort, why? But all these other things from the Bible, 2001: Space Odyssey, this monolith on 9/11, all these things together, they paint a grim picture. And Trump and the tongue, the snake is a symbol for alien lizard. The Mona Lisa, it was still, go to it very quickly. But also NASA, the tongue, is a very smart person. I could not figure it out myself, but it's a snake tongue. Because this is an alien idea. Hey, let's make them believe there's space. But there is no space. NASA apparently means the seed in Hebrew. I don't know, but makes sense. There were all these Freemasons, there were all astronauts. But considering the tongue, you have this heavy metal, this magazine, July 1990. What did they put in there? The tongue. We have this snake that's a symbol for alien lizard in the Bible. It's confirmed in his Vatican building that they built like an alien. I mean, that's incredible. The Mona Lisa, she points at the sleeve, there's a snake hidden. And this NASA logo, I never understood it, but some smart guy said this is the tongue of a snake, implying that it's from alien lizards. And that could be 100% the truth. Because at more places there are links between aliens and snakes and tongues. And it fits perfectly into the grand delusion, Thessalonians 2:10. We are not honest, and therefore we are told things that are not so. We are told by NASA and the government and universities, National Geographic especially, like, there is space. But there is not. There is no space, and that's a test of honesty, because YouTube is full of these videos of astronauts in harnesses. You can check for yourself, it's fake. And sometimes they use blue screens. So it's 100% fake. It's a test. And that's why a lot of all these astronauts are Freemasons. It's 100% fake. Apparently NASA means deceit in Hebrew. Well, yeah, I don't know, but it fits in perfectly. Could be so. But we are just, they call it a mindfuck also. Like everybody believes in this, but it's not so. And in your mind, you have created this imbecile image of space because you see it on TV. And in a magazine from the music industry, July 1990, what do they show? The Wall. I mean, you don't understand now that this was all planned. And Trump, but with the lizard tongue. And I never saw anybody noticing this. And that's, of course, the Wall is the most important, yes. But this is also very important. It implies he's an alien lizard, as in other places. And this band Imagine Dragons is also a big hint. Imagine there are dragons, like alien lizards in front of you, and not only people. And they showed for a moment this woman with this lizard tongue out. Why? Yeah, you tell me why. Well, I know why. These are all hints. We get a small chance of the truth. And that's why Trump gave this snake speech, of course.
Be in, O tender woman, sighed the broken snake. I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin.
You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
I mean, this is such a big hint. And it's also some warning. Like, you hold a snake close to your chest, of course it's going to bite you. You hold psychopaths to your chest, or you put them in the government, of course they're going to kill you. What do you expect? And these false Jews, these Hasidic rabbis at the top, they believe in the Kabbalah. It says take over the world. Of course they're going to take over the world. What do you expect? I mean, he's clearly pointing this out to you. we always get a chance. And this wall, it's like some monument. That's why they had this movie, The Monuments Man. And in this book from Jack McDavid, Engine of God, they explain like aliens, they travel through the multiverse and they come to places like Earth and other habited places, and they let the people or other creatures from other planets build big things. And then they kill them all, and you have a dead planet with some monuments left. Yeah, sorry. So that could be like in Jerusalem, you have the Wailing Wall and the Chinese Wall, and we had the Berlin Wall with Gorbachev totally controlled, this perestroika, and it's all fake. It was all set up. Yeah, he was totally controlled. And now we have the wall of Trump, like another big monument, and they like walls for some reason. Yeah, fits in perfectly. And then the Illuminati card game, also Trump. You can put it on pause and see what all this symbolism means for yourself. I'm not going to pay a lot of attention to it because I made a video about it and many people know already everything. 9/11 was in it, Al Gore, the global warming, so many things. But also Trump, he's in there. In this card game from 1983. So that was the first edition, and later there were newer cards, but this is from 1983 with the triangles as above, so below. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton was in it, Reagan, Bush, Obama, all these presidents were in it, except for Bush Jr., yes. But that also has a reason, because it implies like Bush Sr. or Bush Jr., it doesn't matter. They are all controlled. And they're all in it, and Trump is the last one. That's frightening, because this plan will end. It has an objective: take over the world, realize the new world order. And they controlled all these presidents. Everybody is controlled. Everybody controlled. Well, Trump may be the only one who is not controlled, because he is maybe higher than all of them, but he works with them, certainly. And now you understand why he has all these tariffs and boycotts and all these things, because he plays a card. Isolationism, one of the last cards. And he is then the last president in the card game. That's the essence of that. And the president of America, or ISIS, Ra, El. What is Trump? I mean, he has this building with the upside down pyramid from the flag of Israel, the 7 pillars, 7 obelisks. I mean, he is part of all this. And on the ceiling he has like a painting of Revelation 9:11, from the bottomless pit, the wormhole of the aliens. I mean, he's totally connected to all this. And well, it all has to do with Israel and the New World Order.
We love Israel. We will fight for Israel 100%, 1000%. It will be there forever. Thank you.
He is not the president of America. America is an instrument to realize the New World Order. America has fought to realize Israel in World War I, World War II. It was only for Israel. War heroes. No, fooled idiots. Everything was for Israel. World War III will also be to realize Israel as the capital of the world. That's the whole plan. He's more the president of Israel than America. And the South Park makers, they knew Trump would be president. You get this information from the aliens and these Hasidic rabbis through the ages. It all pours down. Like we had the Bible 2,000 years ago. And now we have South Park. And it comes from the same coalition of these aliens and Hasidic rabbis. South Park, full of morals, doing the right thing, hypocrites and pretenders, thinking through what the consequences of lies are and going with big, dumb, false and misleading ideas in the media. They show this all the time. Jesus, sometimes aliens, a little bit hidden. But all these things, morals and doing the right thing, all this, what the Bible is about, is also what South Park is about. And Jesus, exactly the same. We even had Stan, I think, explaining the morals of every episode in the beginning. Come on. So it fits into this blueprint. And yes, Trump was in a lot of episodes. I think they dedicated the whole season to him. And we also had these aliens, the member berries, that were all the time talking about the past. Like, oh, remember this, remember that. Wow, just like what's happening in real life. And they came to Trump, Mr. Garrison, when he was president. And we have these Hasidic rabbis going to Trump. And they put all this symbolism on earth and all these references to the past. Like the swastika, for example, from the Indian religion, this Hinduism that they made up, and they put it in Germany. Like this is how and the obelisk in Washington from Egyptian time. They get all these things from the past and they put it in the present. Like member berries. Remember when we controlled Egypt? And Germany when we set everything up? I mean, it's one-on-one. All these references, and with Trump the building, 7 columns, upside down pyramid, as above, so below. Trump lives on the 66th floor. They numbered it that way, the 66th floor. In reality, it's 54 or so. But it implies again that it has special meaning to them. And the Twin Towers, they are the pillars from the Temple of Solomon, Bachin and Joas. I mean, all these references all the time. And then they had between Hillary and Mr. Garrison and Trump, the debate before the elections. And then he became president. The real elections were on the 8th of November 2016. And this episode was aired at the 9th of November 2016. And they knew everything. And then they said, oh, we never could have known. It was such a surprise for us. They lie, of course. Yeah, holy shit. This is not just a cartoon. I mean, you have the Illuminati card game. It comes from them. We have Hillary Clinton and Trump. And then they were opponents in real life. And they were in this South Park together. I mean, isn't it unbelievable in what kind of matrix you live in? It's all planned. It's all planned. And South Park also warns us that the political correctness is going to be really, really tough. It's meant to kill us. You cannot say anything anymore. And they warn about that in South Park. It's not a parody or so. They warn. It's a warning to give us a small chance. Political correct. We have these smug people, these liberals, these crazy people. They're going to tell you, cannot say this, cannot say that. Women are not so smart. What did you say? Cotton. What? You can't say cotton anymore. Are you crazy? Is it going to be that bad? Yeah. If you don't do anything, it's going to be that bad. And why? Why is this thought out, this political correctness? So you will not say anything about this mass immigration. So we can be replaced, the white race. We get these immigrants. And because of political correctness, you are afraid to say anything about it. You are afraid already, but when it gets worse, you will not say anything about it anymore. And we will be replaced. So I'm really astonished how stupid most people are. South Park isn't a parody. It's not meant to make money. It's meant to distract you so you don't study how the white race is being killed if you watch it as entertainment. But if you watch it in a different way, it's also showing you how bad the future will be and what tricks will be used to exterminate the white race. They give you a small chance. They think this way they unburden their karma. So you can find out the truth. Political correctness, white people killing white people. So South Park proves again with this Hillary and Trump that it's all thought out, it's all a setup. And Trump is Clamp, this movie, Daniel Clamp. And they show a lot of things here. The developer Daniel Clamp, that's developer Donald Trump. Of course. What else?
I think Mr. Clamp would like to forget.
A Shabbat Jew. Not a Shabbat Jew, sorry, Shabbat Rabbi is walking there. The ones that have to make all the plans come true. You think it's coincidence? This is all set up. Cameras are put in place, actors, and then he walks through the screen.
Mr. Clamp would like to forget.
This says it all. There's Donald Trump or Daniel Clamp. It's the same thing. Well, there's not much more in this movie, but I think this says it all. And he has the world in a clamp, just like Trump is ruler of the world. This is also interesting. Donald Trump, Daniel Clamp, 11 letters. Donald Trump, top of the world, Daniel Clamp, holding the world in a clamp. Judgment. And when this Shabbat rabbi walks through the screen, through the picture, it also says a lot, of course. And here you have the 9 from the upside down 666, and it says World War TV, but with an O instead of an A. But okay, with the Nazis, Zion, they did the same trick. Because in Hebrew, the A and the O, they're almost the same. So what they are implying here is that Trump or Clamp is going to be part of a world war. He's going to set up a world war, and they think it all out. How else can all these things, by coincidence, come together in one scene? Because Trump comes out of the ground here, he's in this thing. So we have the almost highest rabbis, we have Trump, we have world war, it's all together. I mean, that cannot be a coincidence, of course. And this World War III, making part of Revelation come true, because it's in the Bible that many people will be killed. I mean, this North Korea, well, now they've turned it down a little bit. Like, it's not about North Korea so much anymore. But that was the same thing. They always do the same thing with this Columbine shooting. First, it's very big in the news, and then almost not anymore, and then they have it come back. That's what they do every time. And with North Korea, it could be the same thing. And everybody knows, like, North Korea is underdeveloped. They cannot really have these nuclear bombs that can reach America. That's all fake. But what if America shoots these nuclear weapons at its own cities and people? And they pretend they are from North Korea. Is that a crazy idea? Really? When you consider 9/11? Inside job? The building was filled with nanothermite. I mean, look it up. I mean, this Danish professor in chemistry, he confirmed it. You can see molten metal pouring out of the towers. This was all organized from inside with the Freemasons. So they can do the same thing with these nuclear bombs. It was announced in advance. The New York City Harbor Police went into the building the only time, one weekend before the towers collapsed. So they're going to pretend like we have this crazy dictator, he's going to attack America. And then the nuclear bombs come from American soil. Who can check it? Nobody. And considering war, they put Trump in this movie about war in the Pacific.
This is Hawaii News Now. Thousands of sailors on dozens of ships are coming to Hawaii for RIMPAC.
RIMPAC is the world's largest multinational maritime exercise.
RIMPAC is a military ballet of 14 navies.
20,000 loaded personnel.
Cooperation and collaboration amongst the countries is the very...
Relationship building is the
We are here to crush every other ship.
I'm excited to see what we learn.
We are not here in this weapons room to learn. I would personally
sounded there. We've ended up in a department run by some kind of Donald Trump, Mike Tyson mutant combo.
I swear you said Donald Trump.
want to clarify.
Why did they put it in? Yeah, why every time they put in all these hints, you can ask? Because every time they give us a chance. That's why. And there's a book written with Trump an Alien. Like one of the other many hints that are out there. Trump an Alien. And it is written by Professor R. Sanchez, and I didn't know who R. Sanchez was. Is Donald Trump an alien? But I knew Rick from Rick and Morty, and this is Rick Sanchez, is his last name. And yeah, okay, it's a cartoon character, yes, that's true, but there are a lot of things in this cartoon they explain. For example, 9/11 was an inside job is in one of the episodes. Yeah, it is true. That is really in there. And that we should consider that aliens are real is also in there. They have explained a lot of things. And yeah, he did not write that book. Yeah, I understand that. But they made the effort to pretend that he wrote it and somebody really had to write this book. Is Donald Trump an alien? An incredible truth exposed. I have not read this book, but I wonder what's in it. But these things, they have meaning, of course. That they took the effort to make that book. And Trump and the alien hands. I mean, there's some people that don't have regular round pupils, and they say, yeah, it's a disease. Like, no, they're not some sort of alien lizards. It's a disease. Okay, maybe it's true. And other people have strange hands. Well, yeah, it's also a disease. Yeah, okay, probably. But in other movies, they show that, yeah, the truth is in the eyes. There you can find something. Yeah, okay, maybe, I don't know. But in The Simpsons, where they also have shown 9/11 and Ebola and all these other things, they show that Trump has fake hands. And then we can check in reality, maybe he has these fake hands. Who knows? Yes, 9/11, Ebola, other things were also in The Simpsons. And he looks very strange. That's certainly true. With things in his hair even, and they patch him up like a doll. I mean, it's also strange, so strange. But could it be really true that he's an alien and his hands aren't real? Because there are all these rumors like he has small hands. Well, okay, maybe, yeah, it's strange.
Look at those hands. Are they small hands?
Yeah, okay, why is there a problem with these hands? Maybe there is a reality problem. And we have this Rabbi Beryl Lazar who controls Putin, and he also has small hands. I mean, like the Hasidic rabbis, they are the highest power on earth, just one step under the aliens. And let's consider that's all true. And they showed in They Live that the aliens are somewhere else, but some are on Earth. And they are not, we see people, but in reality they are aliens. So maybe this is an alien, I don't know. Maybe we have to consider everything now. Like in the Matrix, they said, forget everything you ever thought was true. Forget everything you were taught. Almost everything was a lie. And then start with blank. Again, start over, investigating the earth and what's on earth. And that's what I'm doing now. Following this advice from the Matrix. And we have this very strange thing that really happened. It's not from YouTube, it's from television. And here it is. Let's focus on the images. It's very strange. And it's not a low pixel fake shit video from YouTube. It's real from television. Well, okay, whatever is real there, but this really happened. Wow. I mean, he cannot use his hands properly. Like 1, 2, okay, come on. You can do this. Yeah. Whoop. Whoa, nailed it. Why? I would drink like this, yeah, if I could not use my hands. And you, and all humans, if we had a disease. But not in normal life, without something strange, without a disease or an accident, we would not drink water like this. Normal people don't drink water like this. Something is wrong, really. Something doesn't add up, or a lot of things don't add up. Well, it seems like this billboard from They Live. Even on the billboard, some can't see. And with this video that we just saw, I mean, you have to see what you see, accept what you see. So, in conclusion, is Trump part of the grand illusion, a big plan of the aliens that wrote our history and want to make it come true? Yeah, he is. He is part, he's mentioned in the Bible, he's in many publications, in the Illuminati card game, in this magazine from the music industry. He is part of this big plan. And is he an alien himself? That's the other question. Is Trump replaced by an alien, maybe? Well, maybe that is the truth. Because we have this strange interview just after 9/11. It was on this same radio. They also have a radio channel from this movie Daniel Clamp. This 9WWOR TV. He gave an interview on the radio part of this broadcasting company. That's a coincidence. And he said something strange about the Twin Towers.
Plane, even a 767 or 747 or whatever it might have been, how could it possibly go through this deal? I happen to think that they had not only a plane, but they had bombs that exploded almost simultaneously.
They had bombs in there was not a thermite in the building, but he's saying there were bombs in the building, like it's an inside job. Trump, then.
I happen to think that they had not only a plane, but they had bombs that exploded almost simultaneously. Bombs that exploded almost simultaneously. Bombs that exploded almost simultaneously.
Can be no doubt. He was honest. He was trying to get to the truth. He was just saying what he was saying. I mean, today's Trump would have never said there were bombs in the Twin Towers. Of course not. And you have this book, and he wrote a book before 9/11, and he ironically made remarks about that there was going to be some Bin Laden doing things to America. They would go to war. He doesn't talk about, it's not an interview, but it was in his book, a shadowy figure. That's ironic, with no fixed address. I mean, that's irony. Named Osama bin Laden, public enemy number one, blah 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 blah. He escapes back on some rock. A few news cycles later, it's all ironic, it's all truthful. It's on to a new enemy and a new crisis. He's explaining how the war machine and the political machine in America works. Honestly, I mean, wow, really wow.
And a new crisis.
Is this really Trump before 9/11?
He cannot believe it, yeah, but it's true, it's real.
It's 2000 in this. Are we making that? Somebody.
It's real. And then this, now Trump the president, totally different.
All right, said there's a guy named Osama bin Laden in my book, and we better watch him. And I saw him.
No. He mentioned Osama bin Laden, but in a totally ironic way, totally different.
A couple of times on television, and a friend of mine who's in the military told me, bad guy. And I'm writing this book, and I said, there's a guy, Osama bin Laden, and we better do something about it.
No, it's not true. He was ironic. He's saying some shadowy guy with no fixed address. Yeah, in Afghanistan or wherever. No fixed address means nothing. It was all sarcastic. And now here he's saying like, I meant it exactly how the American government reacted to Osama bin Laden, like he was real. But in the book, he's saying, well, it's all not real. It's all a setup. It's how politics in America works. So we have, again, like with this 9/11 interview, we have an honest Trump in the past, and now we have this liar. Yeah. So is Trump replaced at one time? Why do I think that may be the truth? That could be the truth. Because, well, okay, they are everywhere. Everything is controlled. And this Beyoncé, oh yeah, Beyoncé, all these brainwashed retards, oh yeah, she's black, so we have to admire her. She's a black woman, then we have to admire her. Beyoncé, okay. There was this concert, and she was also there. Well, I mean, look at, is this the same woman that we saw here? This looks like a real woman, like the face is a little bit smaller than from a man. She has female features, and then we have here somebody who has a lot of bone structure. It looks totally different. And you see the public in the background. This is from a concert. Very strange. It gets much weirder. Look, what the fuck happens here? There are all these people talking about shapeshifters. I mean, maybe they made a TV program about shapeshifters, very ironic or so, that I totally missed the point. But if they did not, then this is incredible. Then we really have a shapeshifter here. And I think this is here we have Beyoncé. And all the brainwashed, they would go, oh, it's a woman and she's black. Ooh, not a bad word. I mean, respect. Get respect for being a black woman. You don't have to do anything, and the white people will crawl for you. I mean, insane. Okay, she looks like a real woman. Her face not so big like from a man. She has female features. I mean, okay. She's controlled, of course. Everything at the top is controlled. Music, science, news, everything. But, okay, why do I think that maybe Trump is replaced at one time? Because this is a concert, this Beyoncé. Already looks very different. A lot of bone structure, not so female anymore. Very strange. Many people say, oh, she's a transgender. Well, I understand that. Yeah. Doesn't look like this, but I don't think she's transgender. I think she's replaced. Here she's clearly a woman, but here there's something wrong, and it's from TV, a live performance. You see the crowd in the back, but they did not put the image still. Of course, she was moving very quickly. It gets much weirder. Then it becomes this. What the fuck is happening here? I mean, okay, maybe, oh, you're so stupid. This was ironic. This was comedy. You totally missed the point. Okay, that might be the truth. Maybe I missed something here, that it was a Saturday Night Live or so, that I totally missed the point, that they made an item about shapeshifters. Maybe, okay, then I'm totally wrong. But it seems to me that it was a regular concert. And here, this is not the Beyoncé that we just saw, this woman. This is a shapeshifter then, really. Then they really exist. What everybody's always talking about. This is not low pixel or so. I just made stills of this concert. And then you see all these things that don't add up in our world. The world that we think is real. Like with only people. In this old world view, oh yeah, it's only people, and yeah, there are no aliens, and yeah, then this doesn't make sense. But if we understand the real world, that we are controlled by aliens, and sometimes they move between us, then it does make sense. Then these shapeshifters are real. It's pretty holy shit. That was not this woman. That's for sure. And why do you think it was a real concert and all real? Because here is Bruno Mars and she's singing with him. And, well, I mean, here still there's a totally different face. Very bony, more like a man. So something totally not right there. And the floor of the concert, they put the symbol for a wormhole. So was this full of alien hints? And so, yeah, probably. I think it was real. It was not a parody of Saturday Night Live or so. So, wow, yeah. So that's why I think, yeah, maybe they sometimes replace people. And they have replaced Donald Trump at the moment he became president. And also there was a big hint in this movie Pixels, where the aliens came to Earth because they misunderstood our video games. They thought they were meant as real war or so against the aliens, these video games. Well, okay, it's a funny idea for a movie. But at one point they say in the movie, that's not the real Madonna. Because these aliens, they used old footage of Madonna to proclaim war to Earth. So Madonna was on TV saying, we're going to attack you, and we're coming, we want war with the Earth. And Madonna is saying that, and it's not real, of course. And then they're saying, that's not the real Madonna. Then I thought, maybe that's not the real Trump. That's not the real Trump. He's replaced. Maybe that's the blueprint, like we saw with Beyoncé. Could be true. Here is a young Trump, and here's the old Trump. He looks a lot the same. The same, well, feeling, like the mouth very close, and same nose, same eyes. I think this is the same person, but maybe they copied this image of Trump very precisely and very good, and then they replaced him. Maybe that's the truth, because here it looks a little bit different already. If you would say like that there's some alien frog-like figure underneath, that's why his face is so extremely big, and then he looks a little bit like a frog. Well, I would believe it. Don't know if it's true, but I do know he's part of this big, thousands of years old plan to realize the new world order, the end time from the Bible. I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact. Then let's take a look at one last thing. We had this book, The Last President, written in 1896. And there were all these things. Russia, very opposed president, cabinet member Pence, all these things were in it. Well, it cannot be a coincidence. And then you can understand that the connection between the past and the present.
Here's the thing. If Donald Trump is elected president of the United States, in a kind of historical way, it's exciting because we will see the actual last president.
He said the actual last president. Did you hear that? I mean, if you would say he's the last president like Nero or Napoleon or Hitler, like they were so big, so impressive, so strange, so different, that they were sort of the last in a symbolic way, but he's not saying that. He's saying the actual last president. And yeah, he is not Johnny Depp saying things in public. He's Johnny, like from himself, but he's saying things he was assigned to say. He's talking for the Illuminati, the Hasidic rabbis, the aliens, this whole coalition. He's giving hints that he has to give because the coalition tells him to do so.
Because we will see the actual last president of the United States. It just won't work after that.
So you went.
It won't work out. Like it will be the last president, things will go wrong. He's not saying it in a symbolic way, and that's very interesting, of course. And then you have this Michael Moore. Oh my God, that's really unbelievable. Where is this guy? Here, that's unbelievable. He's such a piece of shit. This Michael, give up your gun so you can be slaughtered in Camp Moore. And these Americans, what has become of the Americans? Listening to this creep, this insider. Like he really has some intelligence or wisdom.
Thing about it. But I get it. You wanted to send a message. You had righteous anger and justifiable anger. Well, message sent. Good night, America. You've just elected the last president of the United States.
I mean, he's also not symbolically saying like the last president like Nero or so. He's saying literally the last president.
You just elected the last president of the United States.
It's such a piece of shit. How? Maybe he's one of these fake Ashkenazi Jews. I mean, how can America listen to somebody like that with such a smug attitude? But okay, the last president. It's also in the Illuminati card game. He is the last president. And this Illuminati card game is the plan for the new world order. So should you be concerned? Yeah, of course. Of course it's all true, it's all real. And I don't know if any Americans, they're the only ones left that have some leverage against the government with some quality, can be motivated to do anything. Because it will not stop by itself. Aliens have tried to motivate us again. In the movie Donnie Darko, they put Echo and the Bunnymen, did this band, and they had this song Under a Killing Moon. It's of course already a very big hint. But there was a line, and it's the most important line in the English language. It's man has to be his own savior. You cannot go with all this Jesus bullshit. Or maybe some people put their hope in Trump. Or some other liberals, they think, oh yeah, if we listen to Michael Moore, I mean, talk crazy, then we're going to be saved. No, you have to find out the truth, and then first you have to let go of everything you knew, like they said in the Matrix. Because the Matrix was made by the same people that made the Bible. Forget everything and then start anew and investigate. And then you get to the truth, and then man has to be his own savior.